kind of a different ballgame.
Is a grass what makes you feel comfortable, or is this kind of grass?
I mean, grass in general, but especially this kind of grass. I like even the grass over in England and stuff, but this is even for me better.
But what do you consider? Because next season will be a longer grass season.
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Of course, I'm happy. But it's still very minimal compared to all the clay court events we have on tour. So I mean, it's great to have one more week before Wimbledon, but it's great for that. But I wish there was more.
Do you feel like you're one of the only Indian players? I know you're American, but
yeah, no, I know.
you and DeVarman are pretty much the only guys who are playing singles.
Yeah, yeah, I think we have been for quite a long time now. I don't know if Sharko would know, but I don't know of any other Indian origin player that's been in the top 100 since Leander.
Really, that far back?
Yeah, and that was
Bambury, but he's like 150.
Yeah. So what was the question?
Do you feel a little like the minority out there?
A lot like the minority, for sure, yeah.
Did that ever come into your mind?
Absolutely, and I think the reason for that is I think Indians in general, or people of Indian origin, probably are suited to courts more like this, and maybe these courts were around more in the 70s when there were a few more better players, higher ranked players, but had to kind of make do with what we've got, and certainly, happy and I guess proud of the fact that I've been able to sort of play in this era, with my style.
Well, that was my next question to you. I mean, your guy, what was your top ranking?
70? 78, I think? Yeah.
A guy came out of Illinois, a great team, you guys won national championship. How old are you now?
30. I was going to say 20-something. Jeez.
I still say that, I'm in mine. How would you assess your career? Are you happy with it? You feel like maybe you didn't reach what you felt?
I mean, that's tough to say. I'm happy with it because I've tried everything possible to get better. And I've never felt like I've gone, a period of time without trying something new. Is it as good as I'd hoped it would have been? No. I think everyone can probably say they probably, hope for much better, or better. But for me, I mean, it was just about trying to improve every day and, do what I can to succeed at this level. And, when I started playing, when I turned pro, was kind of when this whole shift happened where the grass became slower, the strings changed, the rackets changed. And so, you just got to play the hand you're dealt a little bit. But,
do you think that hurts a player of your style?
Yeah, it certainly makes it more difficult because, I mean, you just don't see anybody play this style anymore. And I think I was already to the point where that was the style I'd committed to, and that was the style I was going to play.
I know Emily's Sampras and your serve looks carbon copy.
Yeah, I wish it was.
How do you think you do out there now?
How do you think he would do? I mean, look, the guy's probably one of the top 3 players of all time. So I think, regardless of the conditions, he'd figure it out. Would he win 14 majors? I don't know, but I mean, I think he'd be pretty darn good.
Right.
I think something that was really underrated for him was how good of an athlete he was, and that's sort of what it seems to take to be a great player these days. So I think he would have done all right.
And Rajeev, speaking of your career, the fact that you're a former champion here, does that motivate you even more to come out here and kill it?
It certainly is nice to come back to a place with good memories. I don't know if I need any extra motivation maybe, but certainly it's just good memories. And knowing that what I have has been good enough in the past, so it's a good confidence builder certainly. I love coming back here. I love playing here.
When you won in 09, did you think that could be the start of something, like you're going to start to win more tournaments, or did you kind of realize that this is kind of a niche tournament and that was your best chance to win a title?
I feel like I always knew that this was always going to be my best opportunity to win a title. I mean, I've made a few other semis before. I made a semi in LA, and maybe that was the only one, but I made some quarterfinals before and stuff, and I thought there was other opportunities to win if the chips fell, but I always would have guessed that this place would have been the place where my best results would have been, yeah.
In some moment of your career, do you consider to change your style of play?
I certainly have. I felt like I have adapted, certainly. I used to be completely a serving volley. I mean, like I play out here, but when I play everywhere else, I'm not that much so. So I've certainly worked a lot on my ground strokes, worked a lot on being more patient and being more more of a baseliner. So I have gone through that process. I just not to the extent of a lot of the other players.
How do you feel when the tournaments are faced lower every day, every year? It's like I remember Stakhovsky telling about the Paris-Bercy.
Yeah.
From one year to the other, was 3 times lower.
I mean, as a tennis fan, I don't like it. I think the best matches of all time have been the matches where you have one aggressive player, one defensive player, a contrast of styles, whether it be Sampras and Agassi, Borg, McEnroe, Lendl Becker, whoever, you know. So when you turn it into a slow port like that, that goes away. I don't personally like that, but apparently that's what people want to see, is these 6-hour matches with 40-ball rallies every point. So, I mean, I guess who am I to say any differently if that's what's bringing people to watch tennis? But for me personally, I don't like it.
All right, anything else?
Thank you so much.
Well,
Thanks, Rajeev.
thanks.